Greetings, I'm Zak, and today I wanted to talk about the 88 Films June release lineup that just came out. This is really exciting. There are a lot of titles in here, so I'm going to breeze through them, tell you what I'm excited about, what I'm not so hyped about, because there are some interesting titles in here, because obviously working off the bat of the last one for, I think it was May, we did have the reveal that more of the American Pie films are coming out. Now, you can check out the review of that particular box set I did on the channel before. Please go check that out in your own time. Tell me what you think. But anyway, so going on to the 88 Films June releases lineup. Wow. Okay, we've got some titles in here. Obviously, I'm getting this information from the post on Instagram, so let's go through them. We have Witch from Nepal. Okay, Asian horror. Do you like Asian horror? I am also obviously collecting the 88 Films Asia collection. I have up to 36. Obviously, those ones before 36 are quite hard to come by now, especially the likes of Black Magic, Killer Constable, One-Armed Swordsman, Brave Archer. They do capture quite a premium price label now. But that's kind of going a tiny bit off topic, and obviously I'm sticking with it because I love it so much. Kids from Kuaotong, Kung Fu Instructor, Shadow Boxing, and To Kill a Mastermind I have picked up in previous videos, so please go check those out because they are pretty fun, and I can tell you a story about what I did when I got them. So, Witch from Nepal, Devil Fetus, how lovely. Her Vengeance, The Black Torment, Private Club, which is the French collection. So if I just scroll through, so and some more of the pictures. What's interesting about that is I'm noticing that 88 Films is branching out into like some other types of collections. Now, we all know the spine numbers are such an easy thing to get drawn into, and to be fair, especially Asia collection, of course, I've completely been taken by that, and indeed a little bit of the slasher collection, and indeed the Italian collection, but less so on those particular ones. Am I taken, considering this is going to be the 5th release of the French collection of 88 Films, am I taken with it? Not particularly. I need to think about what I'm buying, how I'm spending my money when it comes to physical media, and the truth of the matter is, I cannot have everything. I cannot afford everything, so I have to at some point be realistic and go, what is it that I am going to have, and what do I want to watch? That is what it comes down to. And Private Club, unfortunately, the French collection from 88 Films, it's not high on my list of things to get. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to go deeper into it in another video, but the next release was very surprising. They're bringing out the 4K Deluxe Collector's Edition of Species. Now, I want to save this for another video, which I'm going to talk about it, because this was quite a surprise release to me. But what I'm going to say is I'm going to save it for the video. You know what? I'm going to save it for that video, because, historically speaking, 88 Films has already released Species 1 through 4 in a lovely box set. Now, if you can track that down, perhaps that might be a little bit more worth your money. But anyway, going on, we have Murder Rock, 7 Deaths in the Cat's Eye, which are part of the Italian collection, both of them, which is release 89? Wow. And 19. Ah, right, okay. So that must be, right, the 7 Deaths in the Cat's Eye Deluxe Collector's Edition, that must be a re-release as well, from the Italian line of things. Okay, interesting. Of that, happenstantially, Zombie Holocaust, Blade in the Dark, Anthropophagus, Zombie Flesh Eaters 2, Burial Ground Absurd, Iron Master, Hell of the Living Dead, Amazonia, Zombie Flesh Eaters 3, Killer Crocodile 2, Zombie 5 Killing Birds, Zed Tentacles, and Ark of the Sun God. Of those, going back to spending money again, of those, which have I actually seen? I have seen 2 of those. I have seen 2 of those. I'm really interested in the Killer Crocodile side of things, but despite having those, I've had them for quite a while and I still haven't dived into them, which is probably why I haven't got more. Whereas, comparatively, Asia Collection, martial arts movies, I really have tried to kind of dive into those recently. And so far, I have not been disappointed, which is actually really cool. So, interesting, we'll see on those. I'm not particularly hyped for those, but I could be persuaded if they're on a sale, because some of them can be a bit of a treat once in a while. But yeah, I wasn't particularly taken with Zombie Holocaust and Hell of the Living Dead, no. But I have heard good things about Anthropophagus Absurd Zombie Flesh Eaters, because of course they are part of the zombie side of things. Now, if you're familiar with the George A. Romero stuff, obviously we have Dawn of the Dead up there. It is currently behind Species, but there's kind of like a whole different side tangent to the Dawn of the Dead stuff and things, which these films under different titles, though not actually connected in any way particularly in the film, they are considered in various countries to be sequels to Dawn of the Dead and things like that, which is actually really interesting. Probably worth a video, but I guarantee by the end of it you'll be very confused. So perhaps I'll save that for a future time when I've actually watched them. So, final releases. We have Zebraman 2 as part of the Japanarchy collection. Oh, there's some more actually. Cool. So Zebraman, this is probably one of the more obscure titles that I've looked into, and I'm actually really excited to kind of dive into, because so far as I can understand, it's to do with superheroes, or a superhero, Zebraman of course, and kind of, I believe in the second one it kind of touts it being a post-apocalyptic setting, which could be really cool. I think the bizarrity of it seems, obviously I have read a tiny bit into the backstory of it, but it looks similar to the likes of Ultraman. Again, I've done videos on that. Or indeed, as a little bit of a comparison here, where is it? Super Inframan, that's it. Again from 88 Films. There we go, Super Inframan. Yeah, I think it just looks like a wacky time, and considering it's something I haven't heard about before, I really do believe, even if it is insane, I will quite like it, because I have really enjoyed the likes of Ultraman recently and things like that. So it could be either an utter disaster or an utter treat, and for that reason I do think I will be picking those up at some point. So moving on, we have Gate of Flesh. Don't know anything about that. It's got a pretty intimidating title. I mean, I'm guessing maybe kind of supernatural, kind of horror side of things maybe. Could be worth a watch, I don't know. But then, ooh, we got some more 4Ks here. The last two of this particular June lineup, which surprisingly are actually all coming out on the 23rd of June. It seems to be a thing that 88 Films tends to do when it comes to releases, because I believe it was the 19th of May that all of the other American Pies are coming out. Now, say what you will about that, I am excited to see what they do with it, but I am apprehensive as to the quality of the special features and things, which we know that Arrow Video, Criterion, all these other distributors do tend to put quite a lot of effort into those, whereas comparatively 88 Films sometimes isn't as plentiful on that side of things, and especially in this Deluxe Collector's Edition American Pie, it had a couple of extra things, but it wasn't outstanding on the extra stuff it gave. So, final things are Armor of the Gods 2 4K Deluxe Collector's Edition. Now, obviously that's a Jackie Chan movie, and I have been suggested to watch this movie so many times. I have no idea why I haven't watched this yet, because I've heard great things, and it's something that I feel as if I should have. I should have it already. But obviously it's coming out in 4K now, so that gives me something further to look forward to, considering that the picture quality will be enhanced to a certain degree, being in the 4K format. Yeah, I think that's pretty confident on that side of things, the Jackie Chan stuff, that I'll probably dive into that when it comes out. I might pre-order it, that'd be really cool to do an unboxing on it. And then we come to the final one, which, similar vein, Come Drink With Me in the 4K format, for the 88 Films Asia collection. If I just scroll through those, there we are. There we go, nice little picture there for you. I already have it, actually. Now, I think it might be, in the US, it might have come out from Arrow Video, I'm not particularly sure. But I do have the current 88 Films Asia Collection version of Come Drink With Me. Now, this is kind of a more kind of supernaturally kind of, or more fantastical fantasy martial arts movie with like fire, like ice powers and things, but I'm on the edge. I've heard great things, and comparatively, Killer Constable, all these other ones that I have seen have been pretty remarkable, so I am tempted to dive on it, but that would mean I would probably have to sacrifice Come Drink With Me there, maybe sell it on eBay, possibly, but I do have until June to make that decision. Is it the top of my list of these particular releases? No, it isn't, but I'm quietly confident that it'll be a film I'll really enjoy, so I'm kind of on the edge about that one. So, I suppose what it really boils down to is whether or not I want to open that one up, check it out, see if it's worth it, but to be fair, like, just talking technical things here, my Blu-ray players, 4K TVs, etc., do upscale to 4K, so that will be near as damn it 4K without the disc actually being 4K. Same argument goes with the American Pie thing. I already did a little video on that, which you already know because I already told you in this video. But same sort of deal. I paid under £10 for that with the special like rewards scheme they have, and it was on sale, so that was like a win-win comparatively to the same thing with all the same stuff, except it does have the 4K disc for the £30 version, so that is a massive price jump if that comes out. Come Drink With Me for £30, and considering I already have it with probably, considering it's 88 films, all of the same special features. Let's just dive back into the release. Okay. It doesn't have anything other than an original trailer. If it did have potentially, I don't know, some documentaries or some interviews on there, potentially it might be worth it. Or I could seek it down when it's like a standard edition 4K. It's open-winded because my argument for American Pie was very much the same, and I didn't get the 4K of that, and that release is perfectly fine. So, in essence, I would imagine I'd probably just stick with the Blu-ray. That's not dissing the 4K by any means. If you haven't got Come Drink With Me, definitely check it out. Perhaps when the 88 Films website does come back online, because I know it's down at the moment for maintenance, which is really sucky when you're trying to do videos like this because you can't like get all the information out, which is a shame, but I could possibly do something further down the line, going a bit deeper into all of the different releases. But anyway, before I get too convoluted, I believe that in June there does seem to be a couple of titles there that I am quite excited about, especially Operation Condor with Jackie Chan, of course, and I'll leave my judgments on Species for a future video specifically talking about it. Zebra Man, of course. The other ones, less so. Probably the least favourite of the lot is going to be Private Club, which is obviously part of the French collection. Say what you will. I'm not entirely like when it comes to like films, I'm not particularly like the biggest fan of French movies, to be fair. I'll give it a watch if it ever passes my or joins the collection in whatever form that may take. It might be DVD, etc., but I don't think buying it on Blu-ray currently is warranted. Maybe check out the Italian collection ones, maybe the Slasher Classics collection one. Maybe Slasher Classics collection ones? Oh, no, they were both Italian. It looked very kind of... It's called Murder Rock. It sounded like... it sounded like one of the Slasher Classics collection, which I do believe they are bringing out a few more on those soon. So, of this lot, I am definitely hyped for Armor of the Gods 2. I am not hyped for Private Club. And the rest, we shall see when we get to June. See if I pre-order anything in the meantime. So, if you have anything that you'd like to say about this particular video, or indeed the things I've mentioned in this video, please let me know in the comments, because I would like to know what you're excited about when it comes to the 88 Films June releases. Any other releases, of course, coming on pre-order soon. Let me know. Want to start a conversation? It'll be fun. I'll enjoy making another video for you if you want to create some kind of dialogue or something. But yeah, there we are. I've done the video about the June releases of 88 films for you, so I hope you enjoyed it. I have plenty more on the way, so stay tuned for the next one. In the meantime, please like and subscribe to this channel, and comment below any suggestions of further reviews you'd like to see.